Have you ever wanted the noise of the world to turn down just a little? That uncomfortable buzzing in a crowded room, background noise for everyone else, or a storm that makes it impossible for you to focus, or that tiny shift in a friend's tone of voice, that hidden hurt only you noticed, and you spend hours analyzing it. If this sounds familiar, let me tell you something. You are not alone. And your brain is running in always-on mode. Today we're going to talk about one of the most misunderstood yet most common conditions in the modern world, high sensitivity, the state of being constantly on edge, and that analysis paralysis trap our minds set for us. And with 3 things I'm going to teach you, we're going to solve this problem. If you're ready, let's begin. First of all, what exactly is this state of awareness? Let's look at it. Psychologists divide people into 2 main groups based on how they respond to their environment: dandelions and orchids. Dandelions can grow anywhere, in any condition. They're not much affected by changes around them. Solid, resilient, they survive wherever they are. So what about orchids, highly sensitive people? About 20% of the world's population falls into this group. This is not a disease, it's a biological trait. A sensitive person's nervous system processes incoming information much more deeply than others. They notice smells that others miss. They get bothered by lights more quickly. They instantly scan the emotional atmosphere of a room like a radar. Sometimes it feels like an exhausting burden, but it also carries incredible potential for empathy and creativity. Because you see the world in high resolution, while others pass right by, you catch every single detail. So why does this sensitivity sometimes drain you? Because your brain's security system is working overtime. There are 2 important concepts here. The first is hypervigilance. Imagine a hallway guard in your mind. In the state of hypervigilance, this guard is looking outward, constantly scanning the environment. Is there a threat? Is someone going to criticize me? Always on standby. Past stressful events trap our brain in this on-edge mode, and once it enters that mode, the nervous system struggles to receive the all-clear signal. The second is hyper-awareness. This time, the guard turns inward. You're blinking, you're swallowing, your heartbeat. You get stuck on those body functions that are normally automatic. And that fear arrives. What if this awareness never goes away? That question pulls the mind into a loop, and the exit point slowly becomes invisible. Here's what's actually happening, my friend. Our brain's attention mechanism can't filter out unimportant information. Everything appears to have equal importance, and this leads to mental exhaustion. Now let's get to that very familiar feeling. You stepped outside with a stain on your shirt, and suddenly it felt like everyone was looking only at that stain. In psychology, this is called the spotlight effect. But here's the truth. Everyone is so busy under their own spotlight that they don't even notice your small mistake or stained shirt. A sensitive mind tends to assume that everyone can hear its inner voice, and that false belief paralyzes you. Yes, analysis paralysis. Even when making the simplest decision, what should I eat? How should I write this email? Or even choosing what to wear, suddenly your surroundings turn into a pile of clothes, and you can't move forward from thinking about all the possibilities. While searching for the perfect decision, you get lost in the exhaustion of not being able to make any decision at all. And this cycle drains you, quietly, constantly. So how do you untangle this knot between you and your mind? Listen carefully. Science gives us powerful tools. The first one is attention training technique. Your brain is like a muscle, and this technique focuses your attention on different sounds. It allows you to take back control of your mind. Shift from the bird sounds outside to the ticking of the clock in the room. This small movement pulls the mind away from those internal disaster scenarios. The second is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. This part is very important. Are you ready? Panic and thoughts. When you're trapped between the two, immediately look around you. 5 things you see, 4 things you touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. This anchors the nervous system to that moment. The brain pulls back from past threats or future scenarios and returns to right now. The third is self-compassion. Self-compassion? Pay very close attention to this part. Treat yourself as kindly as you would treat your closest friend. Thoughts are just mental games, not absolute truths. Internalizing that sentence is allowing those clouds in your mind to pass on through. And I want to say this to you: feeling too much is not a flaw. Thinking deeply is not a flaw. This is a high-resolution way of living. Yes, this might be exhausting you, but it is possible to change this in your favor. Sometimes being overstimulated is tiring, but at the same time, you have the ability to see beauty that others cannot see. Your nervous system just runs on a slightly more finely tuned setting. Recognize the moments of rest you need, set your boundaries, and enjoy that magnificent sensitivity of yours. You are an orchid, and in the right environment, you can bloom in a way that leaves everyone in awe. Which feeling described you the most? Write it in the comments. I'll read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe.